Hello everyone. So today I will be going over what is the best brokerage to work for as a realtor. And obviously this is all subjective, so everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but I've worked at a few brokerages myself, and this is basically just from my experience in the industry and kind of some of the tidbits on why I think this is the best brokerage to work for as an agent. And obviously, each agent will have, like, if you're a new agent, there's a brokerage that might be better for you than for a more experienced agent, or one that's better for a multi-million-dollar producer than for a new agent. And this one, I think, is just kind of all around. If you are new, middle, multi-million-dollar closer, I think this is just all around the best brokerage. And let's kind of get into the reasons why, and at the end I'll kind of let you know which brokerage that is. So one of the first reasons why this brokerage that I'm talking about I think is the best brokerage to work for in the entire industry is because they offer all their agents free signs for their listings, which can cost a fair amount, can run up your budget, buying signs like open house signs, sign riders, just the general for sale signs, and any other signs that you might need, even if you do something different for like vacant land or whatnot. They kind of have a generic sign that they'll give to all their agents. It's branded for the brokerage. It has the agent's name on it, the number, and then a QR code. And the other good thing about their free signs is they also do free installation and removal of the signs, which is the first that I've heard of any brokerage in the entire industry. I haven't heard of any other one even offering free signs, let alone doing the installation and removal through a company where it's all paid for by the brokerage. So as a solo agent, that is definitely very beneficial because that eats up some of your costs as far as having a listing. And the other great thing about those listing signs and the installation and removal is they also run free advertising on your listing. So they'll do a 1 week marketing campaign, and you kind of just set it up whenever you get the home on the market, and then they'll do a marketing campaign targeted to people in those areas that have been looking for homes, which I have not heard of that from any other brokerage. Then the second thing about that they offer their agents is free listing photos. Typically, let's say we have to pay about $150 to $250 for photos. I mean, obviously dependent on the size and whatnot of the home, but this company offers you free listing photos. I've already used the listing photos twice on two of my separate listings, and they're, I would say, almost better than my previous company that I was using at my old brokerage. You can't even tell the difference from one to the other as far as quality and how great it like shows the home as far as just the photos itself. So photographers know exactly what they're doing, that they must, because the photos have turned out pretty great, and those were all paid for by the brokerage. So one of the third major benefits of this brokerage is that they do have revenue share like a couple other brokerages, but the one difference is in all the other brokerages, you either have to have frontline qualifying agents or frontline agents just itself to unlock other levels of your revenue share. And having all the levels unlocked right away is a huge difference, because let's say you bring in someone, you only have one person on your front line, but let's say they have an amazing network of agents and people, and let's say they bring in 80 different agents over a year. At most other brokerages, you wouldn't get paid on the people that they brought into the company as well, but here with all your levels automatically unlocked, makes a huge difference. So if something like that were to happen, you would still be receiving your fair share for what you kind of brought into the company, rather than having to recruit like crazy to get more people on your front line that are producers that are at least closing a couple deals a year so that they do qualify as a frontline agent. So that's one of the big things why I think this is one of the best brokerages to work for. And it might not be as beneficial as to a new agent because it's pretty hard to bring in agents to a company when you're just starting out unless you are a great friend with them, or if you had a background maybe in title or lending where you work with multiple realtors. But most new agents is a little bit tougher to recruit, so this is kind of a benefit for more experienced agents that do have a network of producers. And yeah, basically along those lines. So this benefit wouldn't be as much for new agents, but a little bit more for more experienced agents or agents who do a fair amount of volume, to where they do have some pull in their market as far as other agents in the market as well. So the fourth benefit that I'm going to go over is free agent healthcare. At my old brokerage, we had discounted healthcare, but at my new brokerage, we have free healthcare. And basically, how it works is it's free primary visits, like over the internet. So it'd be what's the name of it? I think it's not Teledoc. It's basically if anything's wrong, you go on a Zoom call with the physician. They basically kind of give their diagnosis and kind of what you'll need. They send you over a pharmacy to pick up whatever medication you might need, and then they also send it to the pharmacy. So then you get there and then you got your meds for whatever you got going on, if it's an infection or maybe poison ivy or something like that. And that's pretty crazy because, yeah, like I said, at my old brokerage, it was still close to, I think it might have still been over like $400 a month for healthcare. Whereas at my new brokerage, it is provided by the company, which is a huge benefit. Because even some of the realtors that I know still in the industry that are have been in the industry for a long time, do a lot of deals, make great money, they don't have healthcare. So one car accident, one bad slip, one bad fall, and you're in a pretty tough predicament. But the last benefit that I'll get into, and one of the reasons why I also think that this is one of the best brokerages to work for, is that the brokerage itself pays for a billboard for every single agent. So basically how that works is brokerage pays for it, and basically you pick which billboard you want your advertisement to run on. It is the digital billboard, so I'm not exactly sure how it works, but maybe it's 30 seconds per advertisement. So let's say there's one about a grocery store up there for 30 seconds, and it slides through, and then it'd be you, and then you'd be up there for 30 seconds, and it would slide through to someone else. And then basically those run all day, 24/7. And they also just signed, or I don't know if they signed yet, but they're in talks with another billboard company that runs billboards in places like banks and gyms and stuff like that. So it's not your traditional billboard as to where you're driving down the road and you see it. They also have billboards in gyms and some other places like that where people frequent and would see your billboard on the in the gym. So let's say they're working out and they look up and then there's your billboard. And then some of the other benefits that I didn't really mention as my main 5 as to why I think it's the best brokerage to work for, is that they do have a new program rolling out, which would be brokerage provided roadside assistance, which I think is really, I mean, I have AAA. I had probably about a month ago, I had my car break down on the side. Well, not break down, but something happened to one of my motor mounts and I had to get towed by AAA. But now I would have brokerage provided roadside assistance. So in case anything like that happened, I would be able to call them. They're also planning on rolling out pet insurance. I'm not exactly sure of how that is going to work. I've never really heard of pet insurance, but many people in the brokerage have animals, and I think just the CEO likes that idea of it, of people, like just another added benefit. And then one of the last benefits that I haven't talked about either is you can choose to buy stock with every purchase. And as far as, since it's a pretty new company, stock price is super low. I've just been trying to rack up as many shares as I can because I do have faith in the company, and I do think that it will go a long way. But then one of the last benefits is free agent car washes. Those are pretty cool. I've used that a couple times. Basically, you just get a little card thing that sits on your car, and then you just drive right up to the car wash. Basically, just like any other car wash where you have paid membership. But the brokerage that I am talking about, the brokerage that this video is about, is Epic Realty. We're only in about 16 states in the US right now, I think, or maybe they're opening up a couple more. I know we're in at least 11 currently, and maybe there's 5 on the letter of intent. But I think it would be best to jump out in front of the curve as far as when your state will be opening up. We're expanding to every state in the US. It's just finding a broker in each state. And a lot of the times, the model itself does most of the recruiting. I mean, you can call agents and kind of try and bring them over, but most of the time they don't really want to talk to you. And I think just posting kind of the model, explaining the model, should kind of do it for most people, because they really do offer more than any other brokerage that I've ever seen or heard of. And it's just kind of crazy to me that a brokerage would pay for your signage, your installation, your removal, your listing photos. I mean, that alone is one of the hardest expenses to get over starting out as a solo realtor right there. So, and then the all levels unlocked too, that's a huge benefit. Like I said, the agent healthcare, the free agent billboard, and then some of the other ones that I went over today. But that's basically what I personally think is the best brokerage to work for. Like I said in the beginning, it's subjective completely. But yeah, if you like the video, just schedule a meeting with me on Calendly. We can go over a little bit of what else the brokerage offers, kind of what the splits and fees are, and yeah, kind of go from there. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and get to dialing.